Hey everyone, I'm Barnard and welcome to my channel. Now, this Sunday is WrestleMania 35 live from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And it's gonna be a long show. I think, count top of my head, there's like 14 different matches. Something like that, something crazy like that. This show is gonna be a long one, and it's gonna show. But that's not why we're here. We're here to discuss the matches and who I have to win. And without anything further ado, here are my predictions for WrestleMania 35. And first off, we have the Women's Battle Royale on the pre-show. It's a Battle Royale, you know. Pick a card, any card, really. But they're trying to do something with Lacey Evans. And, you know, so far they're doing this, it's a similar thing to Emelina where she just shows up and then walks away. And from what I heard, that she was supposed to get like some kind of big push before they changed their mind or something. I don't know what it was. But I think that this is where her push is going to start. And she's going to win the Women's Battle Royale. Asuka is a very close second, so she just lost the SmackDown title. And, you know, she needs something to stay dominant. But, you know, gun to my head, you know, money on the line, I'll go with Lacey Evans. And next off for the Cruiserweight Championship, we have Buddy Murphy defending his title up against Tony Nese. Don't watch much of 205 Live these days, but I know Tony Nese is an incredible worker. I love Buddy Murphy, and I can't see Buddy Murphy losing this title at Mania. You know, he needs, something to relive on, look back on in his title reign. And I think a big win at WrestleMania will solidify that. You know, maybe he can lose it around SummerSlam, and that way it'll round out about a year that he's held the Cruiserweight title. But yeah, I think Tony Nese, he's a great competitor and he's a great contender for the championship. But I do think Buddy Murphy will walk away champion. Next up on the pre-show, we have the Andre Memorial Battle Royale. They've been working with Braun Strowman and these two guys from SNL. I forget their names. But, I mean, that's an obvious pick, isn't it? Braun Strowman or one of those two celebrities to win. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You know, Braun Strowman won the Greatest Royal Rumble last year. He hadn't done a damn thing, really. After that, he did win Money in the Bank, and he challenged for the Universal title twice. You know, both coming up short, regardless of situations. But I think we need some fresh blood pumped into a Mania win. And trying to think of who's not doing anything. I don't know if these two guys are in it, but EC3 could use a gigantic push, especially since he's not doing a damn thing on the roster so far. And then Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens recently came back. You know, he recently fought for the WWE Championship. I think, he's not doing anything on Mania except for potentially being in the Battle Royale, which I'm not 100% sure he's confirmed. But, you know, why not? Let's go ahead and give Kevin Owens the win. Yeah, Kevin Owens, straight up. And put up earlier this week, the Revival will be putting the Raw Tag Team titles on the line up against the team of Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Crapshoot, really. I mean, the Revival haven't had a lengthy run. It took so much to put the belts on them. I don't want to see them lose. But then again, you know, you need some kind of big babyface win on the pre-show. It would mark the end of Kurt Hawkins' losing streak. You know, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins both being from the area. Well, you know, Zack Ryder is for sure. I'm not sure about Kurt Hawkins. Flip a coin. I'm telling myself to do that. I guess I'll go with my heart. You know, I'll go with my heart. I want the Revival to win. So I'm going to stick with the Revival. So first off, for the first main show match that I have on my list, I have The Miz up against Shane McMahon in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Now they've been building this feud pretty well. You know, they turned Shane heel at Fastlane. You know, had him, grab his Miz's dad by the face and smack him around a bit. I I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a huge Miz fan. I don't know why, but I've just always liked him ever since he won Money in the Bank in 2010. That's how long it's been. And I mean, obvious choice. I got to go with the Miz, and going at a logic standpoint as well, I don't see Shane McMahon picking up a win at Mania over Miz. It's all about pushing the younger people. I mean, besides Daniel Bryan coming back the last year, there's no reason for Shane McMahon to get a win at Mania. He didn't get a win at Mania against Undertaker. He didn't get a win at Mania against Styles. He won last year because of Daniel Bryan's return. He was on the same team. But yeah, so Miz, definitely. And next up, we have a battle of the ages. We have 2000s WWE up against 2000s TNA Impact. We have AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. And if you don't see this exactly how we saw Sting versus Triple H was a few years ago, you need to look at it exactly like that, because WWE is going to get that win. It's like the WCW versus WWE thing with Sting and H. I don't think they're going to have interferences like they did with DX and then NWO, but I definitely do think Randy Orton's going to pick up a win, even though it should be Styles. But I do think Randy Orton's going to pick up that win in what should be a very fun match. And next up, we have Roman Reigns up against Drew McIntyre. I mean, it's very easy to pick, isn't it? At a logic standpoint, Roman came back from, he's been in remission for 6 weeks now, something like that. Mid-February, maybe. I don't know, somewhere around there. And it's, obviously, you're looking at a logic standpoint. Drew needs to pick up a big win at Mania. But if it was against any other person, I'd say they give it to him, but it's Roman. Especially with him coming back from cancer, I don't see Drew picking up a win unless WWE is going to totally swerve us. Which, it could happen, but, who knows. But picking my pick, I'm picking Roman to win. And next, we have the SmackDown Tag Team titles on the line in a fatal four-way action. We have the Usos defending their championships up against the team of Black and Ricochet, up against Rusev and Nakamura, and up against The Bar. Now, after watching the NXT TakeOver New York, Black and Ricochet, without a shadow of a doubt, I do believe that they deserve these titles. They put on a hell of a show at TakeOver, and they were so strong in that match. And it sucks for the, saying that the Usos won't win, especially since they lobbied for getting a main card WrestleMania match last year and getting wiped by the Bludgeon Brothers. But I do think if they can put on a spectacular match, then I don't think there should be within a shadow of doubt that Black and Ricochet should win these titles. And that's who I'm picking. I'm, picking the new guys. It would be awesome to see them after, counting out for the Raw Tag Team titles and then losing fair to the War Raiders, I should say. God, I can't talk. I apologize. But it would just be an awesome moment, awesome WrestleMania moment to see those two holding up the titles at the end of the match. So that's what I'm going for. Aleister Black and Ricochet. And next up, we bid farewell. We have Kurt Angle's farewell match up against Baron Corbin. Now, myself and a majority of the wrestling community online do believe that there will be some kind of swerve in the match, whether it's a really short match and Kurt Angle just squashes Baron Corbin, or there's some kind of interference and someone else will replace Baron Corbin for Angle's farewell match. But for what we're presented on paper right here, Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin, I will be picking Kurt Angle. Now, I'm solely putting my eggs in the basket of that there's going to be some kind of swerve, and that Kurt Angle's going to get an easy win against Baron Corbin. Now, usually in the farewell matches, the people that are spitting farewell will usually lose and put the other guy over. I don't think this is the case for Corbin. I really don't. Corbin's good. He has his flaws. Everyone has their flaws. And he was made the scapegoat for the bad ratings on Raw. And I don't think that's a good enough reason to really, shame the guy at Mania. But I'm not working for WWE, am I? So, yeah, Kurt Angle. The United States Championship is on the line, where we have Samoa Joe defending against the recently cleared for WrestleMania 35, Rey Mysterio. This is a style of two different. This is a clash of two different styles. There we go. We have a high flyer and Randy Orton, high flyer and Rey Mysterio, and a powerhouse in Samoa Joe. This should be one of the best matches on the night, and I'm highly looking forward to it. I do think Samoa Joe will pick up the win, though, simply because Samoa Joe's had the belt for a little over a month, and I think he can continue to build up the prestige of that title since it desperately needs it. He's a great talker. He's a great wrestler. He just needs to stay healthy. That's his only problem. So yeah, I'm picking Samoa Joe. I'm sticking to it. We have another fatal 4-way tag team match. We have the Boston Hug Connection defending their women's tag team titles up against Beth Phoenix and Natalya, Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka, and the Iconics. This match should be pretty okay, in my fair opinion. I don't think it's going to steal the show. I don't think it's going to be the worst match of the night, but that is a lot of bodies, and then I've been watching Sasha Banks and Bayley and their tag team action, and it's I'm sorry to say, but it's kind of cringeworthy at times. Some of their double teams, and it's Bayley holding Sasha's hand while they're doing something. It's weird, and it's really weird. But with all that being said, I'm going with my heart, not my head. I'm going to go with the Iconics. I'm really high on them, even though I do think Bayley and Sasha are going to pick up the big WrestleMania win. It furthers into this the point with the 4 horsewomen standing tall at Mania. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Iconics just to spice it up a bit. Finally, what we've been waiting for. We have the returning Demon King Finn Balor taking on Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not exactly sure what the statistics are with Demon King and on the main roster, but I know his win percentage is very high. You would be a fool not to take Finn Balor in this match. And Finn Balor deserves the IC title. He doesn't deserve all that stuff that Bobby Lashley's been putting him through, and he shouldn't have lost it after he won it. I'm just gonna say that. But yeah, Finn Balor, definitely. Finn Balor. Put your money on it. And next up, we have Reputation up against Career. We have Triple H and Batista in a no-holds-barred match. If Triple H loses, he retires. Now, they kind of added that stipulation out of nowhere. Not really out of nowhere, but they added it a few weeks ago for no real reason except for, kind of, I don't know, it's weird. At the same point, Triple H is he's getting up there in age, and I don't know how much longer he's looking to do this wrestling thing, especially with him running the company. But I mean, Batista was the one who returned and was calling out Triple H, and this is one of those matches on this card that's making me scratch my head on who exactly to pick. I mean, I would love Batista to win, but I don't think Triple H is going to retire. I mean, if it was just standard, I would have picked Batista in a heartbeat. But since they added the stipulation, I don't know who to pick. I mean, I gotta say Triple H. I mean, just because, they have all these Saudi shows left to do, and Triple H is probably going to be competing at all of them, for the, nostalgic acts. But yeah. So I'm going with Triple H in that match, even though I'm really confused about it. We have the first of 3 main events of the evening. We have the new Daniel Bryan defending his vegan WWE Championship up against Kofi freaking Kingston. Oh man, we've been put through a lot to get this match on the card. I mean, Kofi's got to win at this point, right? I mean, unless they want to make, I mean, I don't know. Kofi has to win. And, I mean, it's just being said, we have 3 big main events where we're potentially looking at 3 big babyface wins on the main event. And, I mean, Kofi's got to be a for sure one. He has to be, right? He has to be. So, yeah, before I change my mind, I'm going with Kingston because that's what needs to happen. Kingston needs to win. We have the reigning, defending, undisputed, Universal Champion of the world, Brock Lesnar, defending his bullshit championship up against Seth Kingslayer Rollins. Now, out of the 3 babyface wins, I'm not 100% sure on this one. I want Seth Rollins to win so badly so we can get rid of Brock Lesnar. I want it so bad. And I don't think WWE is the people that are going to give us 3 big feel-good moments at the end of the night. I just don't know what's in store for Brock Lesnar if he wins and he continues his reign. I mean, no one wants it. No one wants Brock Lesnar to continue his reign. Everyone's been sick of him since WrestleMania 33 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he first won this title, and I mean, Seth Rollins. I mean, you gotta win, man. You have to. I don't know what it could do. Raw needs a main championship. It needs it. Seth Rollins, man, you gotta go for him. I'm picking Seth because it needs to happen. Yeah, I'm going to be saying that for the next match too. And finally, the main event of the evening. It's a winner-take-all situation. Ronda Rousey defending her Raw Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair defending her SmackDown Women's Championship. And the 2019 Royal Rumble winner, Becky Lynch. I know I said this for the last 2 matches, but Becky needs to win. Oh man, they found a gold mine whenever Becky Lynch first got injured at before Survivor Series. I mean, because that just started this. I don't think if she would have gotten injured, we wouldn't have this. And it's it was devastating at the time, but I mean, it's built up to the main event of WrestleMania, and I mean, it's a great opportunity for these women to be the last match of the night, and Becky Lynch has to win. I know I've been saying that with the last two entries, but it needs to happen for us to all be happy and for this whole feud to be over. I mean, Ronda, she's wanting to go start a family with her hubby, and I mean, yeah, go for it. You know, so that kind of takes her out, unless it's been swerving us. You know, Charlotte Flair could win this and be the dominant woman. But I think the most logical reason, or the most logical thing, is for Becky Lynch to win. It has to happen. Becky Lynch has to win. So yeah, thank you for listening to Ramble. Thank you for sticking with me. Those are my predictions for WrestleMania 35. Now, if you disagree or agree with anything I've said, comment down below. Tell me what you think will happen at WrestleMania. Tell me if you think, this is totally not going to happen with this match, or it is. Leave a like down below, or dislike if you totally didn't like my predictions. So, yeah. Also, please subscribe down below to my channel. I am trying to grow, and I would love the opportunity to continue this. I'm still figuring out a name. I have Barnyard Does Wrestling at the moment. My previous name was Draven Barnyard. I might just stick with that. I'm not 100% sure, so let me know what you think is a better name down below. Also, I will be running Twitter polls on my Twitter at Draven Jarrett. I'll have that in the description down below as well. So yeah, enjoy WrestleMania, guys, and I'll see you after.